we say museums in Shaanxi, the first reaction is to think about a place showcasing ancient relics and historical findings for the public to see. However, according to sxdaily.com.cn, there is another type of museum that is worth seeing. This is the Museum for Women. This museum gives us great perspective into a world that wasn't considered as important because men were the leaders and were at the forefront of society during that time. Although women weren't leaders, they were still undoubtedly essential to society. All the background roles they played were behind the scenes, but they were truly the cogs in making this machine run. With there being so much to read and see about in regards to women here in this museum, I'm going to give some examples of what you can expect to see when you come and visit. The first thing, which is also probably the most intriguing, is what they call 3-inch feet, and yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. In ancient times, women who had small feet were considered attractive, so women had to bind their feet from birth to make sure they didn't grow. If this process wasn't undertaken, it would severely hinder the chances of marriage, and although this was a very painful process, it was one that had to be done. When you venture around the museum, you can see and take a look at these shoes yourself, and it's quite astonishing to think something your hand couldn't fit into is what you had to walk in every day. Another interesting thing you will see at the museum is that in the area of Jiangyong County and Hunan Province, women during this time used to have their own language that was only taught for women by women. This special language that was brought on women from birth was a way to make sure they stuck together as a community and gave them some sort of power in society. They would use this language to keep secrets and was used very discreetly to make sure men would never understand. So discreet that they kept whatever they learnt and said in a diary that would be well hidden, and when they would be coming to the end of their lives, they would either burn the diary or have them buried with them. Up until recently, this language was still alive in modern society. However, the last woman to ever understand this language died in 2009, and her diary is kept in this museum to see. Although the language might have died, the meaning of it will always live on. Our third example is actually of one woman. This woman depicted how women played a strong role in society and was actually quite heavily relied upon. This woman was one of the paper cutting decorators in her generation. Now that might seem like a little simple job, but I assure you, it's not. What set her apart from the other paper cutters was her speed, as she could cut multiple pieces before others finished one. She was also good at cutting in great detail, so people all around the city would specifically find her to make their decorations. Because she had the skills and the speed, big ceremonies like weddings or other festivals required her to help to make sure everything was well decorated. A lot of her art is on show in this museum, and it is something that you can fully appreciate. The last example that I will touch on today is probably the most pleasing on the eye. These are the wedding dresses from different areas that have been used from ancient times to today. The gowns they had to wear are totally different to what we are used to, but are every bit as extravagant. Normally in China during these times, red was the color for the bride. However, as you can see, the dresses range from blue to white to black. These different colors come from different minority groups, and you can see each gown is unique to its area. Some gowns require a veil that are silver in color and almost look like a crown, while others won't have anything of the sort and maybe will only have some local jewelry to accompany her. All these different examples are only scratching the surface in terms of what you will learn about women during these times. By being here, it makes you realize how good life is now and how far society has come. So whether you are a woman or not, I highly suggest getting over here and checking out this incredible museum where I'm sure you'll learn a lot from. That's it for today's show. If you've enjoyed our show, remember to catch us every day here on Blue Ocean Network. For more information, please visit BONTV. I'm Aaron Staten-Roby. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.